beauty that works with retinol. Hi, I'm Laura Ray. If you've got this beautiful skin covered in a bunch of little flakes, I can totally get that because most of my life has been spent like that. I've been on some type of vitamin A product since I was around 12 years old. Originally, I was prescribed by my dermatologist Retin-A for my acne. Even back then, they were using it to treat acne. And I've been on and off of it most of my life, but always at some time I've been using a vitamin A product in my life. So I have struggled with that light layer of flakiness, sometimes a severe layer of flakiness. So today I want to share with you products that will make your skin look so much smoother, more beautiful, so that that fresh, gorgeous skin can shine through. Before I apply any makeup, I think it's so important the preparation of your skin. If you have that fine layer of flakes and then you put foundation on it, your foundation is not going to look good. I've been there. I've had my foundation look horrible where I just had to wash it off and start over. So keeping up with the flakiness on a daily basis, I feel is really important. I definitely double cleanse. I think that will help so much. I go in first with the one from e.l.f., the Cleansing Balm, and just really get all of the makeup off really well, and then go in with a second cleanse. I like to use this, an enzyme cleanser, like this Moly, to get that light layer of flakes off gently. Another one I've recommended over and over is SRB. That's another one that's great. These are so much more affordable than the very pricey Tatcha, which is so similar. I've bought that before, but this will take off that light layer of flakes so that you can put your sunscreen on or your makeup and have it look beautiful. Another thing that I do to prep my skin is once or twice a week, I use this from Missha. It's called the Ultra Hyaluron, and what this is a gommage. A gommage gently just sort of rolls off the product that's in here combined with your skin. I first did this about 15 years ago, maybe even more now, around when I was 40, and I just thought my skin had never looked better. So I continue to purchase this anytime I see the skin laying on the surface of my skin, like dead skin. I will get this out and just roll, and in the product is your skin. So I can tell when I have a lot of skin coming off because it'll go from being white to brown. But this is a very gentle way to get that skin off. Your skin will feel so smooth and look like you just had a facial. When I'm done doing any exfoliating, then I go in with my Numbuzin. Number 3, it's a glowing essence. This looks so beautiful on the skin. It keeps your skin so hydrated. When it's not cold out and we have all this humidity, sometimes I don't even need a moisturizer. I just use this. But some of you have ordered it and written me and told me how wonderful you think it is. I've got my daughter loving it. She thinks it's amazing. But it really does hydrate the skin and give it a beautiful glow. I have such an affordable moisturizer that I love. It's the Beta Glucan Daily Moisture Cream. I first heard Kimberly from Pretty Over 50 talk about this, and when I looked it up and saw the price, I was like, wow, this is super affordable, and I love it. It's so hydrating. It's not heavy, but it's not runny either. It's sort of in the middle, the texture of it. It sinks nicely in my skin. I've used up pretty much this whole tube, and I gave one to my mother too because I was telling her how much I liked it. But this is just such a great moisturizer. You don't want to have your skin dry because those flakes are just going to come out even more. So especially after I've exfoliated, my skin's really cleaned off, and then I want to put on all the hydration. Another way I get those flakes off is shaving or dermaplaning. I've been doing this for several years and know the hair does not grow in heavier, darker, none of that. Your skin will feel so silky. Now, I will tell you, I have super sensitive skin, so I do this at night, never in the morning. And when I do this, I only put on moisturizer. I don't use any kind of vitamin A product or anything where my skin would get irritated. So I'll shave my face and then put something like this on. But I even shave the forehead because you know what? That's where most of my flakes are. I rarely get flakes in the cheek area or up here on the cheekbone. I always see them on like my chin or my forehead. So I even shave the forehead. I sort of hold this at like a 45-degree angle and just go like this. Almost, yeah, just like that, down the face. I will see a tumbleweed come off if I only do this once a month. I usually do it every couple of weeks, not every week. But boy, when I have a flaky forehead, the flakes just come pouring off when I do this. So not only does this get the little peach fuzz off, make my makeup and skincare look so much better, and I feel like it sinks in the skin better because it's not laying on that hair, but it also gets off the flakes. Let's talk about the eyes because our eyes really show sometimes that we're on a vitamin A product. I know even though I don't put any vitamin A under my eyes, it sort of migrates to that area. I've had times where I've had some dry skin in here, in towards the socket, and it looks really bad. So I love an eye cream for that. I have a few suggestions for you of things that I love. This company is amazing. It's a company right here in the USA called B Naturals. And for years I've used their products, but this one is their Peeper Keeper Bright Eyes. I recently did a video, I don't know, it may come out after this, showing that it had the same sort of texture like Charlotte Tilbury's eye cream, but I like this much better. I like the feel of it. It's very fluffy, light. It adds a nice amount of hydration to the under eyes. Now, if you struggle with puffiness in the under eyes and you want something with caffeine, they have one called Bright Eyes Firming. This texture's a little different. It's a little more liquidy, a little thinner, but it has caffeine in it to try to firm the under eye. And if you're just looking like for some moisture during the day, I love this one. It's their eye balm. You can just run your finger over it like this and just tap, tap, tap. I even like it for the cheekbones for a highlighter. This is just so amazing. You can use it on your cuticles, your elbows, anywhere where you need some extra hydration. But if you've got flakes in that under eye area or it just feels really dry, these three products are excellent. A solution for during the day, if you have that flakiness, is some type of stick that you can just carry in your purse or even leave at work. Sometimes I'll leave in my little file drawer a little makeup bag with essentials so I don't have to carry them around in my purse. But I love this one from Tula. It's a little on the pricier side. A lot of these sticks are. But this one has glow to it, and that's why I love it. You can use this like a highlighter too. So it's sort of like skincare and makeup in one. And I just run it right along here. You can see that shimmer there. I think it's just so beautiful. And you can just run it in the under eye and just pat under the eye. So if you need a little hydration during the day, this is just amazing. I didn't want to love it so much. I've said that before because it's pricier, but it seems to be lasting me a very long time and I'm getting so much use out of it and I'm really loving it. Another stick that I like is from Kahai. Now this is one that a lot of Korean celebrities use. They're advertising it all the time in Korea, and I know at least when I researched before, it was like one of their number one, or was the number one stick like this. And this has different ingredients in it than the Tula. So if you're interested, I'll have the link for all these products below. If you click on that link, it'll take you directly to the product and you can look at some of the ingredients and see if you think it would be something good for you. But again, this is very emollient. There's no shimmer to this. So if you don't like that iridescent look, this doesn't have it. Again, it's one of those that just glides so nice in the under eye. And I just pat it in. I pat it over my concealer, over my makeup, and it just really gets rid of any dryness or flakiness that I have from vitamin A. Another product that I love, I've talked about before, you all recommended it to me. So many of you wrote me and told me about the Alba, and this is just such a great setting spray / skincare spray. If I find my skin is dry, even after I've put my essence, my moisturizer, then before I start applying any makeup, I just spray this. What I like to do is shake it up really well so the ingredients mix, spray it right on my stands out sponge like this, and then just go right on top of the skin. Now, this is a setting spray too, so you could do this as a final step, and that'll help keep your skin from flaking throughout the day. You could even carry it with you, but I find that if I use this as a setting spray at the end, it keeps my skin from being dry all day. If you have dry, flaky skin, then I say use a sunscreen with tint as your foundation. If you need more than that to cover any dark spots or anything else, you have two options. So let's start first with the sunscreen. I love this one from Eucerin. They say it's made for every skin tone, so it doesn't come in different shades like most of them do. It comes in one universal shade. The Dermatology has almost no color on me. So when I wear that, then I go in with something like this, the Neutrogena Serum Foundation. That helps make up for the lack of tint in that. The Alana Mitchell on its own, I don't need anything afterwards, except maybe a little concealer under the eyes and around the nose. But this is fantastic. It's super affordable. This is a little heavier, a little bit thicker. So to me, it feels a little more like a foundation, and I'm really impressed by it. But if I see any spots on my face or any discoloration showing, and maybe I know I'm going to work, so I go in with the Neutrogena Serum Foundation, and that helps even everything out. Now, another option is just put on the sunscreen and then some concealer. Now, this is a brand new concealer from Smashbox. It's called their Halo Healthy Glow 4-in-1 Perfecting Pen. Now, this is pretty pricey too, more than my $5, different concealers that I like, or even my Winky Lux that's $18. But I'll tell you what I like about this. It does feel like skincare. So if I have any dryness, I know this is not going to dry me out more. It's going to add some moisture. And I do feel that way about the Winky Lux too. That's why it's my favorite. And I've been talking about it so much because it feels like skincare. It never gets dry like some of the concealers I've used in the past. But this one is just fantastic. I think Smashbox hit a home run with this. I like it as far as it works all over the face. I put it around the nose here. I see I need a little more coverage, so I'll just dab some in. It works everywhere. That's what I like about this. I can put it in the under eyes. I just added a little more around the nose and then just pat it. Now I'm using my Angie Hot and Flashy brush. I love this for more than the under eyes. I use it all over my face, especially around the nose. I have a lot of allergies, so I like to take this and touch up like this under the nose area. If I have any lip lines showing, or maybe I went out of the lip line with my lipstick, I'll just put a little of this on, take Angie's brush, and just pat around the mouth. So this brush works great when you have flakes. You have to be careful when you have flaky skin what tools you use. I've had flakes where I thought I had everything off, and then I used the wrong tool, maybe a brush that was too hard or too aggressive, and the flakes just came back. So when you're using any tool and you have a flaky area, just make sure to pat very gently. Now, because vitamin A products retinol, retinaldehyde, tretinoin, they migrate as you're sleeping, they move around on the face. Sometimes people wake up with dry skin on the lids of their eyes, and the worst thing you can do that's just going to aggravate your skin and make you feel uncomfortable would be to put powder eyeshadow on. So if you have dry lids, I would stay clear of powder and go with a cream. It doesn't mean you can't wear eyeshadow, but I would say use something with more moisture in it. So what I'm doing today is I took my candy paint. This is from Half Caked, and this is the shade Sugar Cookie. I love it because it's a highlighter that you can use on your lips, your cheeks, your eyes. I put this on first, and then I went in with my Almay velvet foil. Some of these are so affordable, they're under $4. I can't even believe it, because to me this rivals my favorite, the Charlotte Tilbury Eyes to Mesmerize. These are amazing, so check them out. You might see a shade you would love. The shade I'm using today is Out of the Woods. So I put that on and then just sort of mixed it with this. What an easy eye look. Then I went in for liner with a powder, and I used my True Beauty BK Beauty eyeshadow palette. I bought this several months ago. I love it, and I use it for lining my eyes to give a softer look. You don't want to put on like liquid liner if you've got a lot of peeling and flakiness. It's just going to draw a lot of attention. But if you go in with a powder, an eyeshadow powder as the liner, you can even wet your brush and it'll give more of a liquid look, then it won't draw attention to any flakiness. So you can take any eyeshadow palette that you have and turn those into liner. Another recommendation if you have dry lids is this from Neutrogena. It's their eyeshadow and primer. I wouldn't use a primer on my eyes if I had flaky skin on the eyes. I just feel that's one more layer that could lead to problems. So until that clears up, I would use something like this because it's very long lasting. This has the primer mixed with it. I don't find it drying at all. Now this shade is so beautiful. It's called Soft Pearl. If you want to do a little halo eye or add this on top of one of the deeper shades. I bought 3 shades. I bought, let's see, Rose Gold, and this is gorgeous, and then Warm Taupe. So I wanted more of a cool shade and a warmer shade, but these all work so beautifully together. You can blend them with a brush. You can apply it first with the applicator that they have, or you could even take your brush and dab into it and go on to the eye. Let me show you. I'm going to show you how I'm going to brighten my eye up. This is the lightest shade that I just mentioned. Now watch how beautiful this is. Right here, I'm going to put some on. Such a gorgeous shade. And I love how long lasting these are. I've worn these plenty of times and they're just beautiful at the end of the day. So if you like some shimmer to the eyes, then I would go with this, but stay away from powder. Powder can be so drying on mature eyes, especially if you have flaky skin. Another thing that can be tough on the skin if you have flakes is powder. When my skin is flaky, I do not use powder. It just shows the flakes. It makes them even worse. And powder has the potential to be drying depending on the formula. So I love the Moly, the Poreless Face Defender. This is great for taking shine off the face. You can take a sponge and dab into it. You can take a brush, like I could take my Angie Hot and Flashy brush from BK Beauty and just pounce on this and go on any area where I see shine. I can just easily do that and it'll take that shine right off. This works great in the under eyes. So you can tap, 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 pat, pat, pat. So if you have any shininess or you're worried that your concealer is going to move around or go away throughout the day, then I would say this is just the most amazing product because it will keep your makeup on, make your skin not look too shiny or too oily, yet it won't get in the flakes. Lips can be so drying, and that will just make all of your face look dry because our lips get so much attention as we're talking. So I like the Dr. Pawpaw. Now, I've talked a lot about this one, Lucas, and it says Pawpaw, but someone told me in the comments you say it Pawpaw, this ointment. This was recommended by my friend's dermatologist. I love it. I've used it on a burn on my hand. It made it heal within a day or two, something that I thought was going to take weeks to heal. And it's great for the lips. Some of you have written me back and said it healed your lips. So that makes me so happy. Now, this one comes in a tube, but I use it so often for cuticles, for dry skin, that I bought the whole tub of it. Plus, I have some tubes for on the go. Now, this company, Dr. Pawpaw, this is a different company, but the same kind of a product. This comes in a color. So I bought Tinted Peach Pink. This can be used as like a lip gloss or lip balm and for the cheeks. Now, I find this isn't super long lasting, but it feels really thin on my lips and keeps my skin feeling like it isn't dry. So I'm willing to reapply if I want more color. But even when the color fades, there's just this layer of moisture on the lips. And I think it's true of the blush too. As time goes on through the day, it's not one of those powerful blushes that's going to last and last like some that I have, but it is very moisturizing. And if your skin is flaky, then this is the kind of product that you want to use. Something that's going to add some moisture and maybe a little bit of color, but not draw attention to flaky skin. All the links for everything that I showed today is in the description of the video. If you just hit the more button, everything is there. And thank you so much for shopping those links. Let me know in the comments if there's a product that's your go-to, that when your skin gets dry, whether it's lips, whether it's your skin, that you immediately go to that product. We would love to all hear what you use. Remember, I upload on Mondays, Wednesdays, and Saturdays at 9 a.m. Eastern. I love being here with all of you, and I wish you all the best. I hope you have a blessed week. I love you, and I'll see you soon.